Hello and welcome to another stream. This is Learning Korean with Ray, day 92. Yeah, hi Shaflo. How do I even pronounce your name? Is it just Shaflo or is it something else? Or should I just call you Flo? What's the SH for? Yeah, anyways, we have let me think about this. I finished the vocabulary of lesson 10 and we have also started lesson 10 2 days ago because yesterday was skipped. And now we will continue with that. We learned a lot about the numbers and now we will learn some more about times and so on. So let's check it out. Okay, here we have our website. I'm going to lesson 10 here. And yeah, the vocabulary itself were just a lot of numbers. We have these two systems, the Sino-Korean or Chinese one and the pure Korean one, which both get used in different situations. Then we learned a bit about how you actually count the numbers together to build bigger numbers. So in this case, this is a Chinese version basically. Yeah, you have a 9 here, you have a 100 here, so this is 900. It's pretty easy. And then we have, first the situations when dealing with money, measuring math, phone numbers, talking about time but not about the hour, the names of each month, counting month. So it will be a bit difficult, but will be okay. And now, wait, yeah, okay, so you use these until like around 60. And there was one special thing. Wait a second. This is 2. Ah, yeah, okay. Ah, okay, so never mind. I was actually... Was I wrong? Wait, I'm a bit confused right now. If you say 21, you say 210 1, okay? 210 1. We remember that. Now we go to the pure Korean numbers. And here we have, here for example, we say, okay, they have their own words for the 20, so you don't need this 210. And then you just put them together as well. Okay. Okay, and then we learned about the counters. Koreans are using counters whenever they want to say a certain number of books, certain number of persons, yeah, certain number of things. You need these extra words for it, and you mostly put the noun in the beginning. So here saram is people, saram, and then you have this 2, so the number itself. And then you have the counter word, which is myung in this case. And that's always the same. Noun, number, counter. Okay. Yeah, and then we had like... Yeah, and then we learned some specific modifications to the numbers when counting. But only to these numbers that you can see here. I will totally forget that, but I will remember when I see it 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 times, and then I will remember at some point. Okay, yeah, that's... Yeah, you put the space in there, okay. Wait, what is this section? Numbers. About if they actually write the 1 or the Hangul for it. And they mostly use the Hangul. At least with pure Korean numbers. With Sino-Korean numbers, there's no difference. Okay. Yeah, we'll realize what's actually used when we have some more experience. Okay, and then we learned about the 0. You use this one with phone numbers, if you want to say 0 for phone numbers, and in all other cases you use yong. And kung is used for phone numbers, for the 0 there, but the yong is everything else. Okay, and now this is the next one. So this is where we stopped last time, and now we will check it out, and then maybe we can finish this lesson today. Let's see. Okay, so pon or pon is a common counter that counts behavior or actions. Okay, and is not directly counted with a noun in a sentence. Okay, putting a number before pon creates an adverb that tells you how many times something was done. It's an adverb. So the object particle is not usually attached to it. Okay, I went to school 3 times yesterday. Yeah, okay, so this 3 times describes the verb. So it makes sense. It's an adverb. Same as like I went to school quickly. I or J yesterday. 학교에 to school. Se, which is saw, which is the number 3. Wait, shouldn't it be say? Oh, right, it's say. Yeah, it's say. Never mind. Yeah, it's like the number is set with an S in the end, but we just learned for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 20 you remove the S in the end, so it's say. Say upon is 3 times, and then we have to go. Kasoyo. Okay, yeah, pretty straightforward, I would say. We put it before the verb. We put the number and the behavior or action counter pon. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Next one. Wait, when you fail, but you can learn to learn about this word when you learn how to say this time, next time, last time. Okay. Telling Korean time. Okay. Yeah, telling Korean time is important as well. There are so many different ways to talk about time. Yeah, different units. Yeah. You will learn more about how to indicate when you do when I will do something using these time words in the next lesson. Okay. Okay, but this time we'll learn about time on the clock. Okay, 2 o'clock. All you need to do is put she after the number. She after the number, okay. By the way, I want to mention we also learned ponjae as time counter. Ponjae. This was not in this lesson so far. Maybe they put the vocabulary in there already, but it's actually in the next lesson. But we'll see. We just have that in our head. PON-J, time counter. So far it's not used. Okay, you put she after the number. So which numbering system do you use for time? Sino-Korean for everything except hour. So here you would use pure Korean one, if I remember correctly. So that this should be a tul. Tulshi. But here we use the Chinese system again. So this should be Tulshi. Sa Saship Pun Sashipun Tulshi Sashipun. That's what I would say. We'll see. But it's super confusing. You use one numbering system for the first part because it describes the hour, but then you use another numbering system for the second part because it's minute now. Ah yeah, here we have a pure Korean when used about the hour number, whereas okay, all perfect. Okay, I said tulshi, sa ship bul, bun. Sa ship Sashipun. Sashipun. Tulshi. Tulshi Sashipun.
2시 30분.
Ah, fuck. I have my sound not on my headphones. Okay, there we go.
2시 30분. 2시 30분. 2시 30분.
Ah, it's Sam, not Sa. Sa is 4. Okay.
2시 30분.
Yeah, but it's correct. The rest is correct. Okay. 2:30. Ah, so this is the same, just in like Hangul and not numerals. Oh, it's 2. Yeah, it's 2, not tul. Because this is one of the special cases that we learned, right? Yeah, okay. Okay then. The spaces. Also here we have spaces between the number and the counter. So I will call this counter and this one. So it's minute and hour, but they are both like, yeah, hour counter and minute counter. Let's put it that way. Okay, earlier in the lesson, I said that when a pure Korean number is used with a counter, it is more commonly written out instead of using the numeral. Okay, so this one is more common. When a pure Korean number is used, so this one is more common. But I don't think you mix them. I don't think you mix. In this case, she could be seen as a counter as we are counting hours. Yeah, I just said that. Good. However, writing the numeral of the word is equally as common and acceptable. Okay, so for time it's also completely common to use just the numerals. Okay. I much prefer to use the numeral instead of the word. In his case. His case is just one example out of many millions of Koreans. Okay. To indicate the minute, Sino-Korean numbers are used and just like all times when single numbers are used. There's no difference if you use the numeral or the word. I prefer to use the numeral in these cases. Okay, so we remember using the numerals is completely fine for time, even rhymes. The spacing of these also needs to be discussed. I already discussed it. Yeah, there should always be a space between number and counter. This is true for the number before pun as well. Yeah. Yeah, pretty easy. But, however, when using the numeral, it's susceptible to omit the space. Okay, yeah. That's good. That's good. Feels good. Tushi samshipun.
2시 30분.
Officially, there should be a space. However, most people do not include a space, and it is also seen as correct to omit it. Okay, so if you like write an official test, do they expect the space between the numeral and the hour counter or minute counter? That's the question. Okay, more examples in the next lesson. These times can go in a sentence as usual by adding the time particle to indicate the time. Yeah, so like in the afternoon, in the evening, in the morning that we learned already, or yesterday, tomorrow. And if I remember correctly, we can put the time, I don't even know the correct word for it, but the thing indicating the time, the words indicating the time, we can put them at any place in the sentence. Except in the end, of course. In the end is always a verb. I think that's correct. Also, I guess not in the beginning, but I'm not sure about that. Let us read some sentences here. We will play basketball, baseball. Holy shit. I'm so bad at English today. We will play baseball at 1 o'clock. 우리는 야구를 our is pure Korean. Hanashi에 what is this? I'm just thinking about this. Hana was one of the special cases that you can change when having a counter. So I think it's actually not Hana Shie, it's actually only Han Shie. And then we have the verb, which is what? Play? I learned play as Nolda. What is this? Oh wait, it's this future form, right? Oh, I'm completely confused what this verb is. Hal. Where's the Hal coming from? Future from Hada? Ah, yeah, of course. Yeah, this, yeah, of course. This is a new future form where you add an R to the stem and then always a core and then your and then yeah, I have it. Okay. It's basically we are the thing that will play baseball at 1. Yeah, and this is like thing, the short form of thing. Yeah. And this is like we are the thing. We are the thing that will play basically. And you use hada, which is to do. We will do baseball. We are the thing that will do baseball at 1 o'clock. That's the literal translation of the sentence. Okay, nice. Yeah, you have to know, Flo, I learned the other future form first, the ketta, where you just conjugate the verb with ketta. And I just learned this form recently I think in the last lesson actually, so like 5 days ago. So I'm not super used to recognizing it so quickly. Yeah, but it's obvious now. Okay. We will start at 7:20. Let me translate it. Whoop. Okay, we'll translate this. So we will be the thing. We are the thing that will start at 7:20. Okay, so 우리는 Now I will put in the time, the 7:20. So 우리는 now I have to remember the 7 in pure Korean. 타 타겁 마겁 마겁 I have to check. 일곱. Where's the mark coming from that I remember? Here, 40. There's the mar. Okay, 일곱, 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 일곱. Okay, 일곱. We are almost there. There we are. Okay, so we will start at 7:20. 우리는 7시 20 분 20분 20분에 wait, let me actually do this nicely here. So we have here you can see it. There it is. 우리는 일곱시 with a space of course. 이십 분 Ishibun? Or is it bun? It's pun, right? With a P because there is a space. Ishipun. It's its own word, I think. Okay, then we have the time particle. And now we have the verb. So we have to start is shijon, shijon, shijon hada, shijon hada, shijon hada. We remove the da to conjugate it. We add an r, so it's this one. And now we have ko for thing. And then we have ida conjugated. And we'll just use io for it. Koyeyo. Okay, so that's my guess here. So let's see. Okay. 우리는. Okay, he put the numerals here. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, there's no space. There's no space here between the counter and the particle. Yeah, of course. Why would you put a space before the particle? Makes no sense. Okay. And then we have she, John. Oh, she Jack. It's not she, John. It's she, Jack. Right, Jack. Whew, not the best performance here by me today. And then we have Hai Koyeo. Okay, at least the rest is correct. Okay, yeah, needs some practice. Okay, but we'll get some practice very soon here with the practice videos. But first we learn about the H. When indicating how old a person is, you should use pure Korean numbers along with the word sal. So sal is a good old age counter. Okay. I am 10 years old. 저는 10살이에요. 10살이에요.
저는 10살이에요.
Okay, my girlfriend is 26 years old. Pretty old girlfriend for a 10-year-old. 저의 여자친구는 okay, yeah. Woman, friend, subject. What do people over 99 years? Yeah, that's a good question actually. GG. Yeah, that's bad luck for them, I guess. I guess then you would just use Sine Korean numbers. Well, okay. So 저의 여자친구는 스물 is 20. 스물 여섯 is 6, so 26. 스물 여섯 살이에요. Okay.
저의 여자친구는 26살이에요.
It's always so quickly, man. I can't listen so quickly. I mean, I got most of it, but somewhere around here, I did not recognize the individual syllables.
저의 여자친구는 26살이에요.
Okay. It would sound weird to use Sino-Korean numbers to indicate the age of somebody who is under 30. Okay, here we have some information about this case, maybe. However, after 30, it is not uncommon to use the Sino-Korean numbers. Okay, so there you have your answer, basically. Instead of pure Korean numbers. The older the age, the more likely you hear the Sino-Korean numbers. Yeah, I mean, we read earlier that after 60, most of the time the Sino-Korean numbers are used anyways, and I mean, many people are over 60 years old, right? So it's not. It will be very common, I guess, for older people to use the Sino-Korean numbers for the age. Okay. So after 30, okay. After 50, you're most likely to exclusively hear Sino-Korean numbers. So 50 already. Okay. You have not learned to ask questions yet. Yeah, that's true. That's actually true, yeah. Oh my god, we'll learn that in lesson 21 or 22. We have done 10 lessons now in like 3 months. So we need, yeah, like in 4 months we know this. In 4 months we can finally ask somebody how old they are. Nice. Okay, nonetheless, it would be good to memorize the sentence because of how common the question is. How old are you? 몇? 몇? 살이에요. This actually does not look very difficult. This is just are you? This is the age counter, so age are you? And this is just like the some question word. In this case, probably something like, yeah, I don't know, how many, how old, how much, whatever. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Here we have our ponjay, which got introduced as time counter. Ponjay can be used as a number, like a counter, to mean first. Yeah, okay. When saying first, Jot replaces Han. Okay. Yeah, we learned it. Yeah, here this sentence is funny because I actually thought about that and it's totally true. Oh, hi, you to my cats. Welcome. If you think that's confusing, explain how 1 gets changed to first, 2 gets changed to second. Yeah, it's completely the same in English. You just change the numbers to different words if you want to say what like place they are or what rank they are. It's the same in German as well. But in Germany, I have to say it's a lot closer. For example, yeah, the number 1 is still pretty different, but when you have the number 2, which is zwei in German, and then you have zweite for the second. So in Germany, the first one is a bit special, but then, yeah, okay, the third one is also special. but then it's pretty similar as in English. In English, after the fourth one or after the third one, it's also very similar. 4 and fourth. 5 and yeah, okay, 5 fifth. So let's see how many special cases we have in Korean. We already established, okay, the first 3 are special for English, 1 and 3 is special for German. So how many are special for Korean? Let's see. After first, you can use the regular Korean numbers. Ah yeah, we learned second. Right, okay, so they only have one single special case. So that's easier than English or German. Okay, nice. Very good. That second teacher was smart. 그 두 번째 선생님은 똑똑했어요. 똑똑했어요. Was smart. I also wonder sometimes, for example, this sentence is a bit weird. Let's say you're sitting in a class and you have like 3 different teachers. Say like, yeah, you have 3 different teachers coming after each other. First you have the first teacher, then that one leaves, you get the second teacher, and then that one leaves, the third teacher comes in. And you just say to your friend that the second teacher was smart. It's actually weird that there's a past tense, in my opinion. Because yes, you saw the second teacher being smart in the past. But what you actually want to say is that teacher is smart. I mean, it's not like he got dumber from 30 minutes ago. He still is smart. So it's actually pretty weird that you use the past form here, in my opinion, if you think about it. But it's the same in... wait. It's... Am I super confused? Yeah, it's also past form in... Okay, it's also past form in Korean. But it's weird. If you think about it, it's weird. The teacher is still smart. You just don't see him anymore. Okay. Third saw Ponje. This passport is my third passport. 이 요관 이 요관은 저의 첫 번째 요관이에요. Oh man, it hurts to listen to myself reading this. I'm reading so slowly. I'm making so many weird stops. Crazy. I have to read more. I just have to read more. And I have to read more loud and not quietly. So I will just read. 저는 첫 번째 분을 Yeah, this is I never know how to pronounce this. Let's actually listen to it.
저는 세 번째 문을 열었어요.
분을
저는 세 번째 문을 열었어요.
right? 저는 첫 번째 문을 열었어요. 열었어요. Okay, fourth. 네 번째. 저는 네 번째 사람이 왔어요. Well, that was pretty okay. I managed to read this reasonably quickly. Okay, this person is my fourth son. Okay. This is weird because 아이 is child, and here they say person. So, but the sentence actually, this child is my fourth son. Okay, 이 아이는 저의 네 번째 아들이에요. Okay. After number 4, the words don't change when adding 번째. Yeah, okay, we already know that. Only 1 to 4 change when you have a counter. And here you have O as... No, wait, this is not... O is 5, but in this case it's O0, which is today. And it's actually, the number is actually 10, which is Yol. And O would be the Sino-Korean number anyways, which would be wrong in this case. I read the 100th page. Okay. 저는 백 번째 page. Oh, page. I don't know the word page, but apparently it's page. page를 읽었어요. 읽었어요. 저는 100번째 페이지를 읽었어요. Okay. Sometimes you might see these numbers and counters used in the following way. 첫 번째 becomes 첫째. So you leave out the pon. 두 번째 becomes 둘째. Okay. Here's a video explaining a Korean sign that uses the idea of shortening 첫 번째 to 첫째. Okay, let's actually check it out.
Alright, let's take a look at another sign here. And this first part up here, 영업 시간, is a common thing that you'll see on places of business to indicate the opening hours of a particular place of business. So obviously this is saying when this place opens and when this place closes. Now, this AM and PM, you already know what that means, and this is the time. And it's funny because they're using the Korean bun here. This bun means minute. In both cases, it means minute.
Yes, yeah.
And they're using the Korean bun to indicate the minute time, or the minute part of the time, but not the Korean word shi to indicate the hour time. I kind of feel this is a little weird to me because they're using bun here, but if they're going to use the Korean part, you'd think that they'd say 11시 and then 30분. That would be the Korean way to write this. The English way, or I guess maybe the Western way to write this, would be to just say 11:30. And this is sort of a mix here between the Korean way and the English way. I don't know why they decided to do that. But anyways, this is saying the bun here is to indicate that it's the 30th minute of the 11th hour. But if you're going to do it that way, like I'm saying, they should have put a she here and they should have put a she here. But for whatever reason, they didn't. I won't hold it against them. Now, 부타 and kaji, you're probably aware, I teach this in lesson 12. And they indicate that buta is put on sometimes places, but in this case a time, to indicate from when something happens. So from this time And then kaji is put on sometimes places, but in this case, a time to indicate to when or until when. So obviously, this is saying you don't need to be rocket science to figure this out. This is saying that the opening hours are from 11:30 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. Now, I think that's the easy part of the sign. The main reason why I wanted to talk about this sign specifically is because what we have down here. Now, oftentimes in Korean restaurants, they're often closed not once a week, but sometimes a few times a month, maybe once or twice a month, sometimes 3 times a month. And then the way that they do this is they'll often close sort of on the first and the third Monday of every month. Or maybe they'll close on the second and the fourth Wednesday of every month. They don't usually close on the same day every week, but every second week they might close on a particular day. And that's sort of this cultural thing that I wanted to bring up, and at the same time teach you how they would say that on a sign. So what this 첫째 and 셋째, those are just ways, and I actually teach this in lesson 10 here, where I teach numbers and where I teach about how to say first and second and stuff like that. I talk about how you can say 첫째 and 둘째 and 셋째 to say first, second, third, or fourth. So what this is saying is this is the first. Write that down. This is the first.
Yes.
And this is the third.
Yes.
And ju in both cases means week.
Yeah.
And what this is saying is in a particular month, the first week and the third week, and then this word here, 월요일, means Monday.
Yeah.
And this un is the subject particle. So this is saying that, if I'm going to write this in English, the first and third week Monday, or I guess if I'm going to write that even better in English, the Monday on the first and third week of a particular month is, and the is here is this imnida, and then the key word here is, well, what is this? So the first and third Monday of every month is going to be whatever this 휴무 means. And 휴무, I'm going to break this down just a little bit. 휴 refers to some sort of resting, some sort of break, or it's often used in holidays. So for example, the word...
So, yeah, long story short, you can leave out the pon, but then you don't shorten the jaw, jot, chot to chaw. No, the chot is never is never shortened anyways. But here you have the tu, which is usually tul, but it's shortened to tu. And if you use ponjay, but if you leave out the pon, you don't shorten the tu, tul. You use the actual tulj. Okay. Interesting. This shortened form can't be used in many situations as the longer counterparts. They can't, okay? The most common situation where it's used is talk about the first, second, third children. Our second son. 우리 둘째 아들은 yeah, is a high school student. 고등학생이에요. Okay, yeah. The question I have is it also fine if you don't shorten it? Because then it's easier to remember. Do you have to, or is it like way more common to shorten it when you're talking about your children? Or is the non-shortened version for children also perfectly fine? It is, in these cases, it's common to just refer your child as one's first, one's second. We often do the same in English. Our second is a high school student. 우리 둘째는 고등학생이에요. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty common. Okay, in Germany, yeah, I guess you say it as well, but it's like it feels very casual. You wouldn't say it in more formal situations. Yeah. I don't think it's super common in German, but it definitely exists. Okay, however, as I mentioned, it would be unnatural to use these words in sentence like this. 저는 첫째 문을 열었어요. I um I opened the third door. Yeah, I guess so. I fourth person. I'm the fourth person. Also, oh, I was the fourth person. Also, yeah, okay. Another place where you will see words like, yeah, the shortened forms, is when making lists about things that need to be done. Okay. First, I will eat a lot of vegetables. Second, I will exercise every day. Oh, I'm sorry. That was still my YouTube window frame. Yeah, okay. So there are some situations where you can shorten this. So children is one, and like lists are the second. Okay. Another useful word is majimak. This is the last, yeah, majimak. It's often confusing for English speakers to understand the usage of majimak at first, because the word last has more than one usage in English. In English. Yeah, that's true. Okay, majimak is used to refer to the final thing at the end of the sentence. First meal, second meal, third meal, fourth meal, last meal. It is not used to refer to a previous thing. Okay. Ah, last night. Yeah, okay. Last night I went to the movies. So like yesterday. The last night of our trip. So we had like multiple nights in our trip, but the last one of those was the best. Okay. The second example would be where you use majimak because you're referring to a final night. Yeah, okay, yeah, I understood it. It's just explaining the sentence again. Hi, Shonko. See, now I can actually say your name correctly. Whenever you came to my stream previously, I always said Sonko, but now it's Shonko. Did you get some feedback for the show already from different people? Or is it still quiet? I checked the video on Falcon Paladin's YouTube channel, and like the first or second comment was MasterReY lul. No idea what's going on there. Just like no context at all. Just MasterReY lul. I'm doing fine. Hi, Monkey Marshmallow. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I mean, I have a tournament after this in a few minutes. Actually, oh, it's already 3 minutes after 7. No, I have a tournament right now. Right now I have a tournament, so I actually need to stop. I did not look at the time. Yeah, so I really have to stop. My opponent is waiting for me. I'm playing a BWCL King of Kings, and I will stream that, by the way, with a 5-minute delay. So if you want to check my StarCraft tournament, I will turn off the stream now, like switch the title and so on, switch this scene here, the setup, and then come back online in 5 minutes, because there's a 5-minute delay, because I don't want my opponent to see what I'm doing. So yeah, I actually have to stop this Korean stream now and have to go to my StarCraft tournament stream. So thanks all for watching. Flo, thank you for joining again. We'll continue next time, which is tomorrow, of course, at 6 p.m. So yeah, thanks and bye bye, annyeong.